This is week 44 of the £1 a day challenge. If you missed it last week, I'd been going on from where I found some big flaws in dropshipping, just generic dropshipping, where it just, in the end, it didn't quite seem as easy as all the gurus seemed to be making it out. So I decided last week to go for a slightly different path and go towards the area of print on demand. So this week I've been working really hard on trying to progress that idea. And so in this video I'm going to update you on everything I found. From the niche I found to go into, to the message I wanted to create with that brand, and obviously going into actual designing products so that I can sell them on this website. So straight up from last week's video, the first thing I had to decide was creating a niche. I was almost onto this before last week, but I just took a little bit of time to really decide that it was the thing I really wanted to go into. So just like the way I normally do when I'm trying to really think about something, I live on a really great island, so my favourite thing to do to get out is just walk along the beach. So this evening I was just taking a stroll and just going through so many different ideas of all my passions, all the sports I love and everything I like to do, from getting outside and doing stuff to music. But in the end I realised I was walking along the beach, that was my way to feel good and calm and think straight. So surely I'd love to be able to do something like that, build a brand around it and connect up with people who feel the same about enjoying the beach and finding that escape. So it came quite quick to me that maybe that was the niche I need to go into. For sure there's a lot of brands out there who market towards beachwear and surfing and coastal activities, but haven't seen a lot in sort of a unique sort of style. So I think hopefully I can try and slot my way into that niche and really kind of build a brand around it. And along with all this, it'll make it very easy for me to find my ideal customer, because my ideal customer is, well, me. So I know exactly who I really want to target this to and how I'm going to go market and create these designs ready for people who would actually like it, because I'm aiming at people like me who really appreciate the ocean and getting out to the beach. So this is something that got me really excited. I think that's the kind of niche that I want to go into. And after a bit of research I did come up with a brand name, but I don't think I'll share this with you right now, simply because I don't want me to share it and then obviously there'll be a few followers from you guys who will know it, and you might end up checking out the website and perhaps purchasing something. And that wouldn't be fair, because that wouldn't be the obvious view for just a straight up beginner starting, because most people don't have a following on a different platform. So I don't want to leverage that, because I don't think that's fair, and I think far too many influencers do that, saying that they're doing really well, but actually they're just using the following from that previous social media platform. So I'm going to do this on the download. I'm going to tell you what the brand is and how I'm planning to work it and the exact process, but without telling you what the actual brand is, just so I can keep it on the basis of the viewpoint for an actual beginner, so it's realistic for anybody watching this. So once that was all decided, the next thing for me to do was to design a logo, which I did using Taylor Brands. To be honest, afterwards I'm not a massive fan of that brand, but I did get a logo and it's copyright free, so I purchased it for about £6 or so, and I think it looks pretty cool. It represents a brand I think I can see it going, so I'm happy with that. And obviously I had to purchase a domain name. I went for the .com domain name because it's more generic and it looks a lot more professional. So domain name decided, logo created, and I have my niche and my brand idea to go towards. The next step for me now was to start designing. Now, I'm not an artist or a graphic designer, so I don't have massive knowledge beforehand. But the best advice I got when I was researching how I can actually find good ideas is if you go onto these sites already, like Amazon or Etsy, and just search anything in your niche for specific t-shirt designs. So for my example would be funny beach t-shirts or witty t-shirts or just funny t-shirts in general. Because anything you can tie into your niche and just try and make it clever and make it stand out. If it doesn't stand out, people won't want to buy it, so it needs to be relevant and unique to your niche and be something you can only buy on your website, not everywhere. So after a few hours of searching through designs through Amazon and Etsy, I've written down and had quite a few different ideas to go on. So now is my time to start having a go at trying to design this, and I use Canva for this. I've been using Canva for about half a year now through YouTube and on the thumbnails and any sort of marketing I've been doing. I think it's a great and easy platform to start making things that just look really good from the sense of marketing or any sort of good graphic design. That's not an affiliate link for Canva, by the way. So going on from there, the next couple of days I've been working real hard on just really developing these designs, going over and over again, trying to play around with the text and different images and seeing if I can get something that looks really good and unique And this was going really smoothly. It was starting to look good, and I was quite surprised and quite impressed with how far I'd gone. But then, whilst I was doing a bit of research on just trying to learn a little bit more about it, one piece of information did come along, which kind of burst my bubble a tiny bit. And it's something that you definitely need to pay attention to too. When you are using designs and text and trying to sell them, you need to be absolutely certain that they are legal. Make sure that you have the right rights for the images and the text to use, and make sure you're not infringing on copyright or personality rights. Now, I kind of knew the legality already. I knew I couldn't just post an image of a celebrity or use some famous phrase or logo on my designs. I thought that was quite obvious. But the one thing that surprised me was that you can't use the pro designs on Canva for selling t-shirts or products or merchandise online. This is because the licensing for the pro media is slightly different to the free stuff. Just to be safe, only use the free media content, so that means the elements and the text, just to make sure you're not infringing on any copyright laws or anything like that. You don't want to have a lawsuit that completely mess up your business and just send you straight back to square one, which as a beginner, that's definitely not what you want. You need momentum to keep going. So make sure you're starting off on the right foot, doing something solid and building a good base and growing. So anyway, obviously after finding out this, I had to go straight back over all my designs. Probably about half of them had used pro elements and stuff like that, so obviously I couldn't use those if I was trying to be absolutely certain that it is safe to use and sell online. So I deleted these and started anew. So you can do this by, when you go into your elements in Canva, if you go into the filter section and tick only free, that will mean that you're only getting the free elements, so you're able to use all of those if you're designing your t-shirts or mugs. So this wasn't the end of the world. Obviously I'd spent a bit of time learning about Canva and I think I'm starting to get a little bit better at it. My designs were looking quite good, even with the restricted content I could use. Now, I don't claim to be an expert on Canva, but here's 5 of my best amateur tips for making t-shirt designs with Canva. So number 1, I addressed this briefly earlier, get your ideas from other t-shirt makers from Amazon or Etsy. Just type in anything in your niche or just funny or witty t-shirts, something that'll be interesting. Make sure you don't copy these, and definitely make sure you're checking trademarks and that you're not copying any of these. But instead, make your own unique twist, something specific to your brand and something that you think your customers will really appreciate. So get ideas, but make it unique. Number 2, play around with your fonts. So if you've got a few lines of text, try not to have it all in the same font. Messing around with more of a handwriting design to a more bulky title-like design, all within the same t-shirt design, can make it really interesting, and this will for sure draw more attention from your customers and hopefully get more sales. Tip number 3, make sure you use a transparent background when you import your file afterwards. If you've got the Canva Pro account, this is easy. All you have to do at the end when you're trying to print your copy, print it onto PDF and tick the box that says transparent background. This does it automatically for you. If you don't have Pro, don't worry, there are other sites that you can use just to get rid of the background. I'll link you here to one of the sites that I recommend for doing that, and I'll add it in the description so you can find it quicker. But all in all, having a transparent background will make your design look so much more professional, rather than having a box all around your t-shirt design at the end, and it just looks really bulky and messy. Tip number 4, have a large dimension size when you're creating your image in Canva. This will mean if you're creating it on a large pixel size, it will mean that when you shrink it down onto the t-shirt, it's not going to be blurry or pixelated, it's going to be a lot clearer and a lot sharper. The best recommendations I saw were 4500 by 5500 pixels. And tip number 5, have 2 different colour variations for each design. In this case, you can put your design onto a dark and a lighter colour t-shirt, so you can have different colour variations, so your customers have a choice on which design they want to choose. Be careful with that one though. Make sure you don't have too many different colour t-shirts all on choice, because if they get too many to choose from, it'll just make your site look messy and there'll be far too much to choose from. So try and stick to about 5 or 6 different colour t-shirts that they can choose from. Only pick the best ones. I hope you find those amateur tips useful. So now my designs are pretty much there. I've got probably a good 8, 9, 10 or so that I'm quite happy with good variations of them, and I think they're looking quite good. And I've checked up and made sure that everything's the free Canva content, none of the phrases or anything are on trademark designs, and the images are good to use. I'm not using anybody else's logo or trademarks or anything like that. So the next thing is, I need to choose the print on demand store that I plan to use. And to begin with, this was a little bit intimidating. There are so many to choose from, all with different reasons and different pros and cons for why you might go for them. But I did have a specific idea for this brand and niche, and so that helped me direct a bit more towards what I actually wanted. I'll go deeper into all of these different choices eventually if we go deeper into print on demand and you show an interest for it. But as a quick rundown for what I looked into, there's sites like Teespring and Redbubble, and even on the Amazon marketplace. They have a print on demand store as well now. So with these, all the marketing is done by these sites. So you design the product and then they list it for customers to come onto their site and buy the product off there. This will mean that they take a larger cut for the marketing and selling of your product, and therefore your profit margins will be a little bit smaller. And also, it's much harder to brand if you're not using a website. So for my brand, I absolutely intend to make a website. So I checked through a few. There's ones called Zazzle, which I wasn't quite impressed with it. The t-shirt designs were a little bit expensive, so I think profit margins would struggle a little bit to use that one. Printify was also a very good one, which I've heard really good reviews from. There's so many different manufacturers with Printify, so you got lots of great options there. But the best one I did come across, and the one that seemed to have the best usability and the best connections, which you can connect to a website via WooCommerce, was Printful. So obviously I haven't used it yet, so I'm not entirely sure if it's the best option or not, but obviously I'll be sure to let you know next week how it goes. But this is the one I'm going to go for the next week. Printful has a wide range of selection of products I can put my designs onto, from clothes to towels to flip-flops or shoes. There's a wide range of stuff I can do, so I'm excited to see how I can put my designs and start to make them look really cool. So right now, once I finish editing this video, that's what I'll be working on. I'll be putting my designs finally onto an actual print-on-demand site, which will be Printful to begin with. And then once those are ready, it'll be my time to finally design my website. With money or concern, I've designed a website before, so I hope this previous experience will help me, but I'm yet to build an actual e-commerce store. So I'll be using a plugin called WooCommerce, which I haven't used before, so I'll be excited to share with you how that goes. And then, once the website's up and running and I've got all the products designed and I can put them on the website, then I'll be ready to start making money. So first I'll start organically, whilst on the side I'm planning to market it with social media, preferably Instagram and Facebook, so I can give you a good idea of how organic traffic might work to start off with. And then after a little while I plan to start adding in Facebook ads and paid advertising from different areas to see if that works any better to get me traffic to the website. And as always, I plan to be completely transparent with you, sharing with you how profitable the business actually is. So that's me all caught up to now this week. I hope you found this valuable, and if you got any questions on any of the stuff that I got up to, from creating designs to finding a niche, then please do ask me in the comments below. I am very active on this platform and I'm really here because I genuinely want to help. I can really hope that this brand will grow and I can really help people go from just not really knowing what to do about money to finally being able to do something with their life, actually take action and build businesses online and invest it, and so one day they won't need to worry about money so much. And that I've really developed a passion for, so I hope I can really help people over time. So if you have any questions, do trust me, I'm willing to help. I'm always willing to help. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned this week. I'll probably have another update for the Stock Market for Beginners course, and obviously next Thursday I'll update you on how it goes with building my first e-commerce website. Thank you for watching. Speak soon.